What's good? Yeah. What's going on, fam? It's your man, VACAY. What's happening, family? How y'all doing out there? Drop your fire emojis below. We're going to get into this, family. Are you ready for the shot? Are you ready? Are you ready? All right, let's go. Let's go. What's going on, fam? It's your man, VACAY, and we are back with another live event, back to back, baby. We just got finished doing Power Before Force episode 2, and now it's time to break down the shot, man. This episode was real intense, fam. Y'all know it, and we gonna talk about it today. So get your comments ready, get everything ready, and we getting ready right now. Definitely drop your comments below. Do me a favor, hit that like button if you just entered into the building. Let me know, say hello. Let us know. You know how you come into somebody's house. You know, you got to say hello. Don't come in the house without saying hello. Take off your shoes, right? Let's get it. Let's get up in this thing right here, all right? Who am I bringing on? Of course, you know who I'm bringing on. You know what I'm saying? It's my sister from another mister. It's the one and only, the beautiful, the incomparable, the amazing, blazing, stay ruthless, stay dangerous. You know who she is. Tika Deshawn, all things ruthless, in the building. Was good.
Hello, hello, hello. What's good, everybody?
You remind me of this other, when you said hello, 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 you remember this other YouTuber, boy. She's so dope. She be like, hello, konnichiwa. She do like all the
I know you're
hellos.
talking
You know
about.
what I'm talking
I'm
about?
trying to
Shout out
learn
to,
those languages. I'm trying to learn those
yeah.
languages.
Shout out to her.
Yeah.
Yeah, she be like, she be saying Swahili, you know.
Right.
Hello.
Namaste.
Hola. Namaste. Yeah, she's cool. I like her. She teaches me a lot. I learn a lot from her, for real, for real.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But definitely shout out to Tika Deshawn in the building. If you're in the building, definitely drop those comments below. Let me see. Daria's in the building. Hey, what's going on, Daria?
What up?
You already know what we about to cover. You already know what we about to drop down. That's right. We're talking about the Shy family. But before we do that, Tika, you know what time it is. It's that time. All right, fam. It is that time. It is that time for us to talk about the news today. Family, listen. Oh, shoot. She put the blue light on. She got the lights on. Family, it's time to talk about some news today, some current events. And absolutely, we are talking today and following up on what we reported a couple of weeks ago. I see you, Nikki. We're going to bring you on in a minute. And we're going to talk about, what we were talking about a couple of weeks ago. And this was actually addressed this morning. I wish I had the audio for y'all, but again, you guys, you probably see it all over YouTube. Looks like, yeah, Uncle Steve once again is going through it. But this time for his morning show, he actually addressed a couple of things. But, Tika, we was talking about it. I think Nikki, we was talking about it as well. Nikki on the beat is in the building. Salute to you.
Hey.
And we was talking about how now they're talking about Strawberry, right? That's her name.
Yep.
Shirley Strawberry.
Strawberry.
Man, and she had a conversation with her husband who's locked up. Okay. And this supposedly this conversation happened in October of last year. But they were talking about Marjorie, Harvey, and how she got people coming in working her out, and how she runs the show and how Steve is scared. And she was kind of like just talking mess to her husband, but it was a private conversation. But those conversations in jail are recorded. So she was recorded, and whoever got the recording, I guess, sold it to whoever, and they put it out there, and it's just bad timing for Steve and Marjorie right now. So let's first talk about that. Any thoughts on that? Tika Deshawn, let's start with you. What are your thoughts on this? And she went on today on the radio show and apologized, really, really apologized to Steve and Marjorie about it. So what are your thoughts on that, Tika?
I mean, yeah, she went on, she was talking to her husband. It's called Pillow Talk.
Uh-oh. Okay.
I'm sorry, not remembering the fact that you are being recorded. And so now, like I told y'all, we said this when we had this conversation a while back, there's always some truth. Every rumor has some shape, form, or fashion of truth to
Mm.
it. So at this point, Steve is just like, we good, we good, we good. However, that wouldn't have came out of her mouth had they really been good. So
Mm,
yeah.
that is a good point. Nikki on the beat. What are your thoughts about, Shirley Strawberry and her apologizing and all the rumors that's going on? Because he did go on further to say that, he was tired of all the journalists. Specifically, he mentioned black journalists. And you guys, you'll hear it, you'll hear the report. But he really went off on the black journalists out there, or the bloggers, I should say, the black bloggers who are just posting these rumors about Marjorie and him, but he's saying it's not true. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, like we talked about before, remember I said where there's smoke, there's fire. That's something my grandmother used to say all the time. And I agree with Tika. There's every rumor, there's a little bit of truth. Of course, we don't live behind those four walls with them. However, everyone can't tell the same lie. That's what I'm going to say.
Wow.
So if there's some similarities in different people's take on what's gone on, I'm talking about people that actually are in the inner sanctum, inner circle, that have worked with them, maybe still work with them, work closely with them, then I mean, there's a little bit of truth. It possibly could be. We just don't know because we don't live between those four walls. But when there are other people, like I said, that have worked with them and continue to work closely with them, they have a vantage point that we don't have. But from bits and pieces that are coming out from different areas, everyone
Gotcha.
can tell the same lie.
Everybody can't tell the same lie. Man, oh man, oh man. So listen, we gonna keep Steve and Marjorie in prayer. I mean, again, he's saying that Marjorie's on baby duty because they got a brand new grandchild. So, he was taking up for his wife. He's like, I'm defending her. And, y'all need to stop all this. Y'all need to cut it out for real. So we'll see what happens. We'll keep everybody up to date with what's going down, family. Definitely drop your comments below on what your thoughts are. Again, the thoughts and opinions stated on the show are individual thoughts and opinions and do not necessarily represent the channel. I have to say that every single time, even when I post it. All right. All right. And the last bit of news we have today has everything to do with what we're about to cover. Family, man, oh man, oh man. I just gotta say this. I gotta say this right now. Rest in peace to Pastor Stanley Jackson. All right, senior. Right. Rest in peace. I mean, we're gonna get into it, family, but we definitely want to give that RIP to the pastor on the shy, all right? And then we're going to get right into what we're going to talk about today, all right? So if there's no other news, this is the current events. All right, family, all right. Yes, we are back. We are back. We are back, family, to talk about the shy. Listen, fam, I'm excited to talk about this. And before I get into it, I want to shout out. Whoa, what was that? Wrong show. Hold on, guys. I don't know why this is popping up. But family, listen, the Shy, I'm excited about it. And shout out to last time I checked, all 8,000 of you who watched my What's Next and my breakdown of the Shy. So shout out to all 8,800, maybe at 9,000 now, who knows. But I appreciate the love. I appreciate the love. Shout out to Show the Shy on IG. Definitely follow them if you want to be updated on the Shy, because it's a lot coming through. Let's get into it, family. Let's get into it. You already know how we do. We are going to rate this episode, fam. We're going to rate this episode. So let's go ahead and rate it. We'll start off with you, Tika Deshawn. What do you rate this episode 6, right? Episode 6. Yeah, episode 6 of the show.
Just like you started out saying, it was very intense, and I actually gave it a 10. A moment that we've been not looking forward to, but something that we were looking to see what was going to happen finally happened. And so, not just from that moment, but from the beginning to the end, the intensity kept me literally on the edge of my seat. It had me gasping, like, what? Like, oh my, OMG, like I was in that mode. So
Right.
that's why for me it was a 10. The intensity through the whole episode, it was there.
Absolutely. Nikki on the beat, what do you rate this episode?
I gave it a solid 9. Like Tika said, this is what we've been waiting for all season. We wanted that intensity, but we wanted the meat and potatoes. We wanted something to sink our teeth into really at every turn. And that's really what we started to see with this specific episode. So I'm excited to see what's unfolding. Of course, yes, RIP to Papa's father on this one. Had a feeling that was coming. We were trying to figure it out, from the beginning, but had a feeling that was definitely coming because, like you said, anytime you see a character more than you usually see them, 9 out of 10, something may possibly happen. So now I think we're going to be on a fast moving train as opposed to more so the slow moving train that started off at the beginning of the season.
Right. It's definitely gonna speed up. I'm gonna give it a 9.5 as well. I'm gonna give it that 9.5 because again, like it was a lot going on. It wasn't just the dark side, it was also the light. It was also graduation. It was also Kevin and his speech. It was also, a lot of positive things happened, even though it turned out to be kind of, dark at the end. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to talk about that. We're going to get into the juice, the nuts, let's get into it all. Let's talk about Pastor. I mean, we're talking about Pastor. Let's just get that out the way. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to the pastor. I mean, the way it went down, though, like he was praying, right? Praying for his 2 sons, right? He claims Bakari as his son now, praying. And then this joker come out of nowhere, okay, and takes him out. Now, again, I was just like, what? I was on the edge of my seat. I was like, yo, but see, everybody is saying that this is not Nuck. Even though Duda assigned him to take care of him, he said, say less. And they saying, well, the guy had a leather jacket on and he had a slender build. Does this look like Nuck to you, or is this Zay? Because that's the biggest controversy going on right now. Is it Zay or is it Nuck? I'm looking at Nuck's arms. He don't look Diesel. You know what I'm saying? Like he looked kind of slender in the arms as well with that leather jacket, because that looks like the same leather jacket that he was wearing when he took Pastor out. So Tika Deshawn, what do you think? Do you think it was Nuck or do you think it was Dre? That's the biggest question right now.
Yeah, that's really a very, very good question. I don't know if it was Zay or Nuck. To me, that's a Nuck move. However, Zay is trying to prove himself as a hitter as well. He could be even coming for Nuck's spot. You know what I mean? But I initially thought that's Nuck. But now that we got all these different theories about the size and the stature, I really got to go back and study it and kind of see,
Yeah. True. Nikki on the beat. Is it Nuck or is it Zay? Who do you think it is?
I don't know. At first, now when you showed that last picture, that to me doesn't really look like Nuck. It doesn't really look like him. So now I got the same thing. I got to go back and study it again to see who it possibly could be, because you have somebody else jockeying for a position with Duda too. So it's a toss up. It's definitely a toss up.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great place for a writer to twist it, right? We obviously are thinking, oh, well, if Duda told him to do it, he gonna do it, right? At the same time, I think one of y'all mentioned it earlier. You remember that conversation with Bianca and Duda while I was sitting down at the smoke shop, and they're like, okay, who's gonna be my successor? And it's like, yeah, I know you like Nuck. He's like, yeah, but he's not ruthless enough, right? But I don't remember him not being ruthless enough. I mean, he was leading the whole squad on the street. You know what I'm saying? So to
Yeah.
me, I mean, he rolled up on Jake thinking that it was Trig in the car. So he was ready to buck, right? But he didn't. So I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell. This is one of the biggest controversies going on right now. Questions and people are just like, yeah, it gotta be Zay because he has skinny arms. Well, I mean, it looked like Nuck got skinny arms too. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. Like they doing this on purpose to throw us off. I'm looking forward to seeing who exactly it is because we are going to see that confrontation where Bakari does confront Nuck, thinking that Nuck did it, but then Zay got the strap on Bakari. You know what I'm saying? And Bakari all,
Right.
you killed my daddy, right? So we'll see. I mean, that'd be a great place to be like. Zay says it wasn't him, it was me. Put the strap on me. That'd be a great place to write that, but we'll see. But I do feel sorry for the number one cat, right? The actual blood related son of the pastor, and that's Papa. Papa, man, I feel sorry for you, bro. Like this is the worst. This is the worst that could ever happen, especially after they had this session with Papa's pulpit, right? They had the Papa's pulpit. He gave him, the watch, passing it down from generation to generation, right? I mean, they was in a good place until they wasn't in a good place, right? And it was like, dang, man, like they had an argument. Papa got a girl now. He's forbidding it to happen. He don't want him to be messing with this girl and the pastor. He don't like the pastor, right? He don't like the pastor. Tika, talk to me about your thoughts on that. Like, Papa,
Yeah.
yeah.
Pastor Stanley, he first of all, you the pastor, and you judging. Just because this girl's like Papa said, don't judge her based on the sins of her father. Now, I understand as the biggest argument was because of the fact that she has a child. And
Right.
he's telling him you're not old enough to handle that kind of responsibility. And first of all, he thought it was an older woman who this child was from.
Yeah.
Regardless of whether his dad was right or wrong, it was the judgment within the pastor that actually came out, which hurt Papa the most. So now that his father has been unalived, it's gonna kind of send him on a spiraling effect because when you leave somebody, you're not supposed to leave mad. You know what I mean? It's supposed to be on good terms. Unfortunately, they had that argument. But the pastor did get the opportunity to kind of make amends with Trig, or also known as Victor. He did do that, but the whole him and Papa is going to be a spiraling effect for Papa.
What's going to happen with Papa? Talk to me, Nikki, on the beat. I already seen, I already had to look ahead. I do the what's next. And man, Papa, I hope he doesn't go to the dark side. That's what I'm praying, but who wouldn't go to the dark side after this,
That's a possibility. It's somebody like me who's lost both parents, and then you lose a parent right after you just had an argument with them.
Right.
Because, and he's young. So keep in mind, he's not a full adult. So he's still going to process to a bit like a teenager. And that's a lot to process, losing your father and then losing him in a situation where you're trying to fight for your own young manhood, with him, wanting him to see you as a man, and, father is still being Papa Bear and trying to protect him and letting him know that you're too young to be dating someone and have a child. And, what I love about Papa is that he always sees the good in someone, just like with this new girl. He sees the good in her. He's not judging her that she has a child out of wedlock and she's raising a young son and she's young herself. And I like the fact that he stood up for her and said, don't judge her by the sins of her father. I love that. And sometimes, as we all know, the church can get a little churchy at times and a little judgmental at times. So, which is what alienates people also from the church too, wanting to be able to come in and feel comfortable, but then going, am I going to be judged if I come in? So Papa's in his own home being judged by his father. So that's a hard pill to swallow too. So it's going to be definitely a roller coaster ride. It's going to be a sad one.
It is. And I think, I don't know. a lot of people are moving towards this theory here, another one, right? They're moving towards another one here, and I think a lot of folks are going to really be mad, even more so mad at this young man right here. And now there was no intention of this happening, but remember when Papa got kicked out the house, he said, "Don't worry, man, I'm gonna leave the back door open." Remember that? So Pac could come in and just sleep and then do it, they work out, whatever they work out. So I think a lot of people going to go in that direction to say, you know what, it was Bakari, he let the door open and it was really his fault. If it wasn't open, then Zay or Nuck wouldn't be able to get in so easy and sneak up on them, because that was in the kitchen. It looked like there's a door next to the kitchen. So what do you guys think? Do you think they really, the community really going to get on Bakari, or, they already on him for stealing the car and for all of that? So what do you think, Tigger?
They will most likely try to get on Bakari about this situation with the door being open. But at the end of the day, it's Nuck and his hitters. So whether they came in through a back door, a window, whatever the case may be, they would have gotten in there one way or another. So the community may try to blame them for that, but I personally wouldn't. You know what I mean? They could have gotten in there any kind of way.
Yeah. What you think, Nick? You want to beat? You think they're going to come after Bakari even more so because they already on him, for getting Lene in trouble.
The thing about Bakari is that Bakari's got enough on his shoulders right now. He is treading on thin ice and just literally by a thread right now, because you can tell he wants to go the right way, but he's doing what he has to do or what he feels he has to do at this point, which is not the greatest thing, because look at the situation with this girl. Dang near almost got her in trouble. Now she's on punishment, can't even see him. Her brother is not really in alignment with the two of them seeing each other either. So he's fighting a whole bunch of battles everywhere he turns. And when you get like that, everywhere you're going, it's like you feel like you have no solace and no place to just breathe and no place to feel at peace. That could also be a situation to turn for the worse for him as well too, because he's just fighting to live at this point. He's just fighting to live. He's gotten into some bad things. He knows that it's not the way to go, but he's doing what he's got to do. But I don't really see it as his fault, but I see it as some people look at him going, "Man, why'd you door?" But I agree with Tika. Like, if those are hitters, it doesn't matter if the door is unlocked. If it's a hitter, they're gonna get to where they need to get to.
Yeah, and I think the only person that I agree. I think the only other person that knows that the back door is open is Papa. But again, when when your loved one is gone, you're gonna think of everything to blame everybody, for this. So Papa may come at him. We saw in the trailer for the next episode that he is yelling at Bakari in the church and said, "Man, it's one of your boys that took him out." And he's like, "I didn't think this was going to happen." So I think Papa's going to go even more into saying that this is your fault because you left the back door open for me. And then he's going to blame himself and say it was my fault because I argued with my dad. Candy Love is saying, "What up again? We need doodoo head on a platter expediently." Immediately. And stay tuned. What's going on? Stay tuned reviews. What's going on? It said amen. Amen. While that came through when Nikki was talking. So definitely amen. Yeah. I mean, we're going to get to do it in a minute. So let's talk really quick about this whole interaction with Bakari and Jamal, right? Because Bakari, I was thinking Jamal was about to get in his, you know what I'm saying, for everything, for Lene, for all of that, you know what I'm saying? Like, Lene at this point, even though she's a minor, she has a record now, you know what I'm saying, of being in a stolen car. So that's on her record now, you know what I'm saying? Regardless of, whether she's a minor and they keep her in there, like, it's on her record. So what do you think about the interaction? Because, I thought it was pretty cool. I thought it was a different approach. I think Jamal was kind of relating to Bakari, like, "Yo, we all been in trouble." What do you think, Tika?
Yeah, I absolutely I appreciated this interaction between the two of them. he related to him. Like, I've been there before. I understand. And he really, I think I'm not calling him soft. I just think it softened the blow when he saw that Bakari had that black eye. And then he kind of understood, hey, something has happened to him. Probably something similar to me when I messed up, or whenever I didn't do something right, whoever I was working for decided to take corporal punishment out on me. So that's when he kind of, the conversation kind of softened. And then and I ain't gonna, I was mad at Bakari for a long time, but then when he said, at that moment, when he said he didn't have anyone else but Lene, I was
Yeah.
like, dang, that's really deep. That's messed up that this young man is feeling like this. And
Yeah.
he really, at this moment, that's what it looks like. He has no one else.
Yeah, he was saying how, he has no one else to live for her. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, that's deep, Tika. Just like you said, that's real deep. That, when you don't have nobody, and we learned that he was a foster child, right? And we gonna meet his sister in a minute. But when you have nobody else, and then here comes Pastor. Well, here comes Papa. Papa tried to help him out, give him a place to stay, and he did. Then Pastor takes him in, and his wife, Pastor and his wife, can't forget his first lady, right? Takes him in. Then he calls him, yo, this is you part of the family too. Sit down. I consider you like my son. He getting all this love. And then to have a love affair with a girl that actually likes you, that's not trying to take advantage of you. You know what I'm saying? Like, Bakari has been placed and blessed to be in a great position. You know what I'm saying? So, Nikki, talk to me real quick, and we're gonna move forward.
Yeah, remember
Bakari.
Papa didn't get Lene. Remember Lene spilled the tea on that. She was like, if it wasn't for Papa and what he wrote to whatever, get
Right.
her to notice, Bakari noticed that he was interested in her. So there's a whole, connection and circle with that. And again, I mean, it's just a sad situation all the way around. But like Tika said, to hear him say she's the only that he has to live for, that's a
Yeah.
lot. That's a lot, especially for a teenager. That's a lot. That means
Yeah.
they really don't have a true foundation of their own self-worth outside of
Right.
someone else. So again, it's like, looking for someone else to make you whole when you got to make yourself whole first, whole and complete yourself.
Right.
Because what if that relationship breaks up and he doesn't have Lene anymore? Because just like just like her brother told him,
Yeah.
when she's on punishment, her mom's got her own punishment. He said, well, I think it's a good idea for you guys to see each other right now anyway.
Yeah.
So,
And I know that hurt him. I know that hurt him a lot. Yeah, I know he didn't want to hear that, even though they ended up seeing each other anyway at the party and all this and that, even though they, she got out of prison. Candy Love said, I don't think the door was unlocked there because they were at the party, or did I miss something? Yeah, the door probably wasn't locked because they was all still at the party. They're literally all still at the party doing their thing. But again, Papa's going to remember what was said. If Papa doesn't go to the house first, but Bakari goes first, he's going to be like, well, you did say you're going to open the door. You know what I'm saying? So that's the way I'm thinking is going to go down. Dan the Man, what's going on, Dan the Man in the building? Come on with Kev with the LA spinoff. What's the word? We was talking about that earlier, fam. And, I don't know if that's going to go down. If it does, I'll be with it because I like Kev. Yeah, that's one of my favorite characters. Kev is one of my favorites. So I'm with that. I'm with seeing that as well. Okay. Let's move on. Let's talk about this. All right. I'm not a B. I'm not a B. I'm not a B. Yo, talk to me about your reaction to this, because I got mixed feelings about this. Because this to me was like, what are you doing, Emmett? What are you thinking, bro? Like, come on. Like, Nick. All right, Nikki, I'm gonna start with you, Nikki. What do you think with this whole I'm not a B? I'm not a B.
you know what I'm about to say, right? What do I call Emmett? Can't
A
get
B?
right.
Can't get right. I thought you were gonna call him a B.
Okay. I was not even convinced with him in that mirror with that strap. I wasn't
Right.
convinced. Shaking like he
Yeah.
was trying to convince himself.
Right.
And
That's
that's why
exactly
he
what
went
he's
to
doing.
visit his father, and his father was like, "What do you need it for?" And then he's questioning his father about, "Well, you said, you know, if I came to you and I needed it, then you would give it to me." He
Right.
let him, "You're not about that life. You are not
Right.
about that life, sir. You are not about that life." And we saw that he's not about that life, especially with his meetup with Duda.
Yeah.
And Duda politely and expeditiously let him know, "Yeah,
Man.
pay my money back, then we can talk about it. Not that you can get out of it. We can talk about it." He
Like,
let him
come
know,
on.
and he let him
Come
know
on.
that
Look,
that's too.
look at through the face though. He's like, what? What the? Not expecting the strap to be right in his grill like that. Tika Deshaun, talk to me about this whole scene, this whole incident. What were your first thoughts on this?
First of all, when I saw Emmett in the mirror with the blicky, I'm like, well, if you don't put that gun down, if you don't put that thing down
Strap.
somewhere,
Yep.
put that strap down somewhere, put it down. You do not know what you're doing. You haven't been to a strap range, nothing. Nobody has taught you. You don't even know how to turn the safety off, but you in the mirror convincing yourself that you're not that beat. Okay, then he gets in front of Duda, and all I can say is, if you're going to point anything at anyone, you better make sure you're actually ready to use it. Therefore, Emmett should not have had that strap. He should have just figured out another way to come at Duda as opposed to putting that thing in his face. Because now he's definitely going to be watched. He's definitely going to be watched.
Right. Definitely he is gonna be watched. Like I was just mad. I was mad at Emmett because okay. Let me get through this. You get in bed with him, right? You go in business with him. You allow him to invest in a house with you. You put your lady's name on it, putting her further deep now connected with Duda. You take the strap from him and say, okay, you dropping it all over the place. Then put it in the bottom drawer. The kids may find it. Thank God your father took it. And then turn around. You get money and hide it in the coffee table, bro. What are you thinking, bro? And then your girl find it. So you got to do something about it. So you go back to your pops, get the strap, look in the mirror, spruce yourself up, hype yourself up to go and get knocked down on the ground. Now you're looking stupid. What was the thinking behind that, bro? And again, we got to get on Emmett because you're making the most stupidest decisions of your life, bro. For real, like you're not making sense. It just did not make sense. And I don't usually get on Emmett, but I gotta get on Emmett because his life could have been taken. You know what I'm saying? Like, you, what are you thinking? What do you think? Okay. Let me calm down. Yeah, go ahead.
Remember the part what Emmett said at the end though. Even though he made that dumb decision to go and pull up on Duda, what did he say? Something about the community. They like him. They work for you, but they have my back. In other words.
Yeah, he made it. The writers made him look good at the end because he was looking like an idiot.
Shout out to the writers.
Shout out to the writers. Shout out to Lena Waithe. But he did have the eye of the tiger though. I will give him that. He had the eye of the tiger. Like I'm gonna do it.
It still can't get right. Okay.
But then he got knocked the heck on his.
Come on, I am pulling for you.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, like what kind of decisions are you making? Like Tika said, if you are getting ready to pull something out on someone, you gotta be prepared to use it. And we were not convinced when he was trying to hype himself up and practice in the mirror. No, we were not convinced. He's already, like Keisha told him, you already put us in danger. He said, I won't put you in danger. She said, you already have. You already have.
Right. You already put the family in danger.
Like you said, you went through everything. Now he's hiding money in the coffee table. Now you got your girl's name on the house. Now you got her roped into this whole thing with Duda as well too. So, and even his father saw that from the beginning, because remember his father about an episode or two ago said to him, if anything happens to my son or his girl or their kids, which he already knows how this whole thing can possibly unfold. I don't know what Emmett is thinking, but I mean,
But see,
God to the writer. a bone at the end, but okay.
That's what Darnell didn't calculate. Darnell wasn't calculating that no, dude ain't gonna do nothing to him, the kids. No, Emmett gonna do it to himself by bringing the strap into the chop shop. Like Darnell didn't calculate that when he gave him the strap. You know what I'm saying? He was like, "Yo, I need the strap. You sure? You sure?" That's it. You should have said, "Nah, man. Talk to me." That's what Darnell should have done. So I'm gonna get on Darnell too for giving him the strap. He should have just said, "Hey, hold on, son. Let's go over here. Let's talk. Let's get out. You know what I'm saying? Let's go outside and talk about this thing. What's going on?" You know, he just gave it to him. He was like, "All right, good luck." Like, bro, like, no. And Candy Love, yeah, he was upset at that point. But what was he really upset about? Let's talk about that real quick. What was he really upset about? That he got caught with money? Keisha caught him with money. And like, yo, you putting our lives in danger. So what is he really upset about? He put himself in this position. So why would, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's talk about that. What is he upset about?
He was upset because she said she was about to leave.
Yeah, he was upset at that.
He didn't want to. He didn't care about the fact that she caught the money. She found the money. She told him, "I'm about to go. I'm about to take my stuff with the kids, so we gonna be out." So that's what made Emmett go into reaction mode. Right or wrong, that's what I see as his real reasoning for. Because prior to her saying that he was leaving, that she was leaving him, Emmett thought that everything was okay, because he was like, "How do you think we're funding this dream? He's helped us get this house. You got the kids got clothes, you got clothes. Like, he's funding our dream."
Yeah,
so
he
when
knew
she
it was
said,
okay.
"I'm out," that's when Emmett was like, "Okay, I got to do something different."
He knew it was okay, but then he knew there was trouble, because remember what she said? She said the same thing her mama said. You know, something. What she say? What's the line? "I ain't gonna be in here, whatever. While you living your best life." That line. You know what I'm saying? So he knew stuff was kind of off, but he knew it was off way back too. Like, he knew something was wrong. He just wasn't trying to pay attention to it. He just getting the money and all of this and that. But yes, you're right. He was upset because she was gonna leave.
You know, it's one of those things when somebody finally gets called out on the carpet. Like, they know in the back of mind what they're doing is not right. They know they're not flowing correctly. But when you finally get called out about it, especially get called out by your girl, because you saw how he threw it back to her, was like, "Well, you said we would never leave each other."
Yeah, well, that was his desperation. He was desperate at that point.
She's a motherfucker, and she just looked at him and was like, "Okay, but I'm leaving."
Right.
Because now all bets are off.
Now I gotta go do something about it.
Head of this household, you're supposed to be the provider and protector of this household, but all the decisions that you're making they're all putting our lives in danger here. So now she's got to take the reins and be like, "Okay, well, all bets are off, then I'm out." Simple as that.
Yeah, true. So that was his reaction. Let me go and point a strap at Duda and scare him and tell him that we're going to leave. We're not going to be part of your operation anymore. Get out of here, Emmett. Stop. All right. So let's talk about the graduation. Let's get to the brighter note. Like, I got to get to the brighter note. I was super happy to see these kids graduating. You know what I mean? Like, we see a happy papa, you know, we see them throwing the little sprinkles on them or whatever. Like, I was happy to see these kids graduate for real, but it's moving really fast. And that's why it's making me feel like, yo, this is like the last season. It's making me feel like that. I don't know if it is or not. But what are your thoughts about the graduation? What are your thoughts about Kevin and all of that? Tika.
Okay. I thought I was genuinely happy for Kevin. Kevin has had to deal with the fact that his sister was snatched up. I keep going back to the things that happened in Kevin's past that could have turned him into something totally different. He popped the teacher at the school. Like, there's multiple. He got kicked out of one of the best schools in the Chicago area. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of factors that Kevin is not supposed to be a speaker of anybody's graduation, but because he found something in gaming that caused him to kind of change his life a little bit. now he's up there speaking in front of everybody, and I was motivated. I'm like, dang, I need to do something different. Don't worry about what nobody else say. Do what you do what makes you happy. And so
Yeah.
I was excited for Kevin, as well as the other kids as well, but definitely for Kevin. He's endured a lot, you know, not by his choice, decisions based on his sibling. And then he was drinking. He was doing too much drinking till it was just spiraling out of control. So I mean, I was happy to see Kevin up there. And you want to talk about the whole ceremony or just the graduation party itself? Because I got some more things
Go ahead.
I can say. Duda, what you coming to the graduation for?
Talk about
like,
it.
Look at me in my eyes, Duda. What are you there for? You think, I know you had a moment where you felt as if you raised Jake, but you literally did not raise Jake. You literally only taught Jake to be a semi-thug and only got him out of his mess. So I didn't feel like Duda had the right to even be at that ceremony.
I agree.
So yeah, I'm good. I'm venting now. I'm good.
Yeah, no, it's good. Listen, this is the place to do it. We're talking about the show. We're getting our emotions out. We're getting our thoughts out. Nikki on the beat. Go ahead. Let's talk about your reaction to the graduation, Duda, whoever, whatever. It's free for all. Free for all.
When I saw Duda, I was like, wait, why are you there? Like, I know you had a moment in time, but I don't think it equates to you being at the graduation, but okay. But of course, with the foreshadowing, like, you know, we always talk about, because you saw that moment where there was coverage of Papa's father and then coverage of Duda. So you already know what that internal conversation without words was being, you know, was being said. Love the fact that Kevin got his moment. I love Kevin, that he got his moment to be positive. He got his moment to say, hey, go after yours. Doesn't matter what anybody else says. Do you? I love the fact that Marcus did come up to his daughter at the table, was like, hey, it's graduation day. So what did I tell you? Don't fill out your applications and don't phone it in. Like he held true to what he told her. So, but now with Bakari's sister, like her flow was kind of fire. So she might have another one to put on her roster. We could tell Maisha wasn't that thrilled about it.
You going way far. You went from graduation to the party. Okay, I got it. Okay, I got it. Listen, going back to Duda, man, I'm with you, Tika, on that. Like, what the heck you doing there, bro? Like, get up out of here. We know, everybody knows who you are. Why you there to talk to Bakari? Like, come on, what you went there to apologize? Stop it, bro. Stop. Like, you the worst. Duda's the worst. He's on his way out. So the real question is, who gonna take Duda out? Let's get to that. Is it gonna be Bakari? Is it gonna be? There's so many options, right? It's so many options. Is it gonna be Bakari? Is it gonna be Shad? Is it gonna be Rob? Is it? I don't know if it's gonna be Victor, man. I mean, what if they twisted on us and it's Victor? You know what I'm saying? Like, what if that happens? That'd be crazy, right? Like, what if it's Victor? Talk to me, Nikki. Who you think is going to take out Duda? Let's talk about that.
Remember when Victor was talking to his girl, he did remind us all that he's a street dude. So he did remind us of that's who he is at his core. This kind of takes me back to even with Power. Remember, with so many different people that could have taken out Ghost. Right now, there's so many different people that could take out Duda, and they all have legit reasons for wanting to do so. So these last few episodes, I'm excited. Like, I'm really, really excited because, like I said, it's going to be a fast-moving train right now. Like, our head is going to be on the split every scene, every single scene.
Yeah, it's definitely heating up. It's just going to be Bakari, Tika, you know, because he beat him down. Like, seriously, like, and we know Bakari, he could do it. Like, he got the heart to do it. Listen, he took out Ronnie, no problem. Like, it was nothing. So, what do you think?
I don't know. They may do it training day style. A bunch of them pull up. Somebody hit the pop. They do the popping, and then we don't know who it is until the end of the season. We don't know who actually did it, or they could do it power style. You know what I mean? They could do it that way. We won't know. But then again, just like you guys are saying, there are so many. Duda has so many enemies, and then they could even bring back an enemy from the past because Rob is not really capable of doing it by himself. He's intimidated. Like, I ain't gonna say just like completely intimidated, but he's never done something like this. He's just
Right.
the weed man. You know what I mean? He's intimidated to do it. It could be Darnell. Like, we don't even know. There's so many people. So many people. It could be Papa. It
Right.
like
Yeah. Listen, it could see again. Here's what I'm learning. Here's what I'm learning about all of these shows. It could be the obvious person, right? You would think Bakari. You would think, somebody from the past, as you said. But it could be the most unlikely person. So as you were talking about Rob, I'm thinking it might be Rob, but I'm also thinking it might be a lady. It might be Alicia, even though she want Rob to do it. It might be Keisha. You beat up my man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You the cause of all of this. I don't want my kids growing up with you being here in this city. And then she finds out that Pastor dies who? She gonna take up for the boys. You never know who's going through it. That's why I like the writing. You know what I'm saying? I like the writing because again, this is good writing. I'm gonna just say that. Shout out to Lena Waithe again. Once again, I'm giving you your props because you never know who's going to do it. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk briefly about her, about this young lady right here. Let's talk about G. Let's talk about G. You know what I'm saying? Or B or whatever her name. GB. I thought this interaction was hilarious, yo, because I'm coming to find out that this is actually his sister for real. And I got the pics to prove it. Look at this right here. That's him. That is Bakari, and that's his sister right there. You know what I'm saying? And here they are. And he posted another pic right there. And that's them two right there. You know what I'm saying? So when they was talking, I thought it was funny because they talk just alike, yo. I was like, yo, what are they, twins for real? They not twins, but I thought it was kind of funny and dope at the same time. But talk to me about this rapper here. Does she have skills? Is she going to be the next, to be under Gemma management? What do you think? Because she was really flirting hard with Gemma for real. Like she was, you know what I mean, trying to get it in. Tika, talk to me.
Listen, when I saw her performing, all I could think about was the brat. Like she came in with the bandana, the whole, y'all know what era I grew up in. She just reminded me, she got that funkified kind of vibe to it. And her flow was literally, she was just like da 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 da. You know what I mean? She was killing it. And of course, she had to be killing it if Maisha was looking at her sideways, like, oh, she ain't all that. You know what I mean? And Kevin is like, oh man, she's dope. Like everybody is hyping her up. So once she finds somewhere to live, then maybe she will be on Baby Girl's roster. Like she needs some new clients. She definitely needs new clients. So maybe she will, but hopefully nothing happens that deters her from getting in with I don't know why I can't even think of the baby girl name right now, but hopefully she will manage her so that they all can get money together. Because this girl Gemma, thank you. Yeah, it just brain cramp.
It's all right.
But yeah, and also one more thing, when you were saying how like they sounded like, I was like, and they look alike to me, so it was like automatic, and it's perfect that they put the two of them in this show together. They didn't have to look hard. It was like, okay, we're gonna finally bring in his actual sister because he was in foster care and so on and so forth. We're gonna actually bring in somebody that actually looked like him. So I was like, that was perfect casting when it came to that.
Absolutely. That was dope. Nikki, you want to add anything?
Absolutely. The cadence, I noticed that too, the cadence in their voices. It's like you notice when people are like even in a group together and some of them are siblings, their voices automatically blend. and the
Right.
cadence in their voice is actually the same. Same with Lorenz Tate and his brother on Power.
Mhm.
The
Right.
cadence, tone of their voice, and how they talk is pretty much almost the same. But I was loving it at the party, of course, when Lupe Fiasco came on and Mr. Kick Push, and then she did her verse over that. Like, I'm telling you, girl. So Maisha might have a little run for her money. I don't know. She
Yeah.
might have a little run for her money. This baby girl might end up on Jimmy's roster too. So I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, she was hard. She was hard. You know what I'm saying? Like she came hard with the lyrics. And I don't know if y'all remember the conversation that Jake had with Gemma, right? And that rapper guy, whoever it was, had Jake's shirt on, and then he didn't tag him, but he was, remember that? And then Gemma was asking questions like, yeah, what you think of Maisha and this and that? You know, a lot of people saying that she's okay. And then she was talking about how misogynistic the lyrics are of that guy. And Jake said, well, that's how they rapping. And that's what people like. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Maisha need to change it up, switch it up. So being that she's not switching it up, now you got this girl coming through, G, B, whatever her name is, and she coming hard. Super, I don't know about misogynistic, but definitely with some hard lyrics. And for Kev to be standing there, but like, dang, she dope. Like Maisha looking like, she, I knew it was going to be crazy. I was just laughing like, yeah, Maisha ain't gonna like that. She ain't gonna like that too. So, okay. So we talked about dude. Let's finish up. Let's finish up because this is where it's gonna leave off. Okay, we already know about Kevin. Kevin wants the support of his mom. Nina, she's a mom. She don't want him to go away, especially right now. And after this, she definitely ain't gonna want him to go away, right? Papa. Let's talk about Papa. I want to know, as we wrap this thing up, what is Papa's reaction going to be, especially now that he might be a stepdad, right? He might be a stepdad with this young man right here. What is going to be Papa's full reaction? I'm going to start off with you, Tika. How's it going to go down in this next episode?
Well, after he goes through the whole grieving process, she may be that shoulder for him to cry on, to lean on. She may be what he needs to keep him halfway sane. I'm not saying that it's always good to run to a relationship, but it's always good to have somebody who actually kind of understands you. When you lose somebody that can talk to you, can help you through those moments. She's a religious, a spiritual young lady, so I think that she can kind of talk to him through his spirituality as well. And we already saw before he was like, I mean, I've never been around like little kids like that or been nobody's daddy, but you know, I'm willing to step up to the plate, which I felt like that was Papa. I felt like that was something that Papa would have done, but he's gonna need everybody at this point to get him through what he's going to. I hope he's not the one that walks in and finds his dad. I don't know if the mom was still there, but to walk in on that's gonna be like super, even more traumatic, and it could push him over the edge. But I'm hoping again the relationship with the young lady and even with the child, you know, I'm not saying that that's needed to be used to keep him in their relationship, but I think it may eventually draw them closer because he's looking for somebody to kind of get comfort in.
Got you. Okay. Nikki on the beat. Nikki on the beat. What's going to happen with Papa?
I agree with Tika. As someone, for me, I was there when my mother took her last breath. So to see that happen, that's a traumatic thing that you will, never get out of your mind. I hope that Papa is not the one that walks in to see his father, passed away. But I do believe that this young lady is going to be a sense of peace for him, a resource. Because remember, before we established, or it was already established, that they get each other without really having to say anything. They're both PKs, understanding what that life is all about and having to go through that. So it's nice that they both said to each other, it's nice to be able to connect with someone and not have to explain yourself.
Yeah,
So
true.
she seems like she genuinely is interested in and taking the proper protocol and steps that they should take in getting to know each other as opposed to rushing into anything. So I like the fact that she's being very responsible in that. But this is going to be a journey for Papa. So well, it'll be good to see it all unfold and see how he comes out on the other side of it.
Right. Okay. Tika, you already spoke about Papa. I'm gonna say this. Episode 7. Listen, if y'all ain't see my What's Next, check it out. I dropped a lot of pics up in there so we see who is carrying the coffin. We see who's still alive. We see who's on the steps. Salute Nikki on the beat for sending that to me. And listen, like, I don't know. I don't know if y'all need to get the tissue boxes or y'all need to get the straps or y'all need to get, you know what I'm saying? You're going to have a lot of different emotions for episode 7. You might need to get a little shotty shot. You know what I mean? Like, okay, get a little whiny wine and all of that, right? So, you do what you got to do because it's coming up. I mean, a couple of days, we going to see what's going to happen. It's going to be a sad day for the church, the community, and everybody. In the description, as we wrap this up, in the description for the next episode, it also says that Nina is gonna reveal something, surprisingly something. I'm like, Nina gonna reveal something. Also, it says that Keisha is gonna hear something that's going to change things for her. It's gonna give her a breakthrough from Nuck. Either it's from Nuck or from somebody else. So, and we do see a picture of Keisha sitting down with Nuck at the smoke shop. What's up with that though? You know what I'm saying? And then we see Emmett go up in the smoke shop, like rolling up on Nuck. So, I think Nuck still got a little bit of feelings for her, to be honest with you, especially after she said, I forgive you. And I don't see Nuck with anybody else. What you think, Tika? I see you.
Listen,
Yep.
Keisha, stay away from Nuck. Nuck was a whole trafficker back in the day. Like, you almost was trafficked by him too. Stay away from him. Now, she may be actually going to talk to him to try to figure out a way to get her and Emmett out of that situation that they're in with Duda. But relationship, you literally will be going from good, because I'm gonna call Emmett good to the worst of the worst. Like, right. Even though I know you call him can't get right, but he still was trying. But for her, only thing I can think of, the reasoning for her to go and talk to Nuck is just to try to figure out how to help them out of that situation. Other than that, yeah. I hope it's not what it looks like.
Nikki on the beat.
Yeah.
Keisha at the smoke shop. What's up?
Here's the thing. It's already been established. Remember from a couple episodes ago, remember when she said that she saw Emmett at the smoke shop or wherever he was, and she saw it on Nuck's stories. So Emmett was not comfortable with that dog. He was not comfortable. He saw a
Good point.
And then when they had the housewarming, now you see, Emmett walking up on the two of them when she's telling him, hey, telling Nuck, I forgive you. And he's apologizing to her. Yeah, you can still see Nuck definitely has feelings for her. Definitely feels remorse. Probably one of those situations like, most of us have all been through, where it's like, oh, you know what, I messed up on a good girl. That type of a thing. You can definitely see that he still has a little bit of feelings for her. And you can tell that Emmett is not with it at all. It's already been established. So I don't know, that roll up at the smoke shop may not be a good situation.
Yeah. I don't think so. I don't think anything gonna go down though. I think it's just gonna be words. Yeah, I think it's just gonna be words exchanged and looks like, well, you talking to my lady, you know what I'm saying? And then Keisha gonna be like, no, it's not like that. No, I was just trying to talk to him about, Duda and the whole situation. You know how that's going down. But we know if Keisha don't want him, we know Candy Love gonna want him, right? Candy Love, right? Because you love you some Duda talk about he fine and all of that. Okay, I see. But stay away. Good advice. But you gonna take Duda, right? Right, Candy Love? We know. Well, let me tell your husband, okay? That's right. I'm a snitch.
Why you putting Candy Love business out there? Let her have her moment.
Nah. I'm a snitch. You know what I'm saying? I gotta look out for the brothers. I gotta look out for the brothers. You know what I'm saying? Nah, you know it's all love, Kenny. It's all love, Kenny. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to the next episode 7. I think a lot more stuff is gonna be revealed. Like it's really gonna open up because there's only 8 episodes. So after 7 is 8, and that's it. And we don't know if they're gonna be coming back with another 8. Again, I heard that they might. We'll see. I don't think the 8's gonna be a spinoff like people talking about. People talking about a spinoff. I don't know about all that. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna tell your husband on this shit. I'm gonna tell your husband, Kenny. But this is a great season. I must say that right now. I don't care what nobody got to say. This is a great season. They heard what we all had to say about last season. The last season was a lovey-dovey season, and it was this, was that, and then it got dark when Duda took out Q. And now it's back. It's kind of back to, it's trying to get back to the way it was in season 1. Because season 1 was straight hood. Okay? It was straight hood. Reggie, Brandon, all of them, Kookie, all of that stuff was straight street. So I hope they get back to that somehow, some way. I think they're trying to get the graduations out of the way. So maybe we can see more footage of everybody in the street trying to handle this thing. So, all right, family. So that's it. Listen, if you haven't checked out the What's Next, definitely check out the What's Next. Before we wrap this up, make sure you do what? Hit that like button for us, fam. On whatever platform, my platform, Tika's platform, Nikki's platform. Hit that like button for us, please. We appreciate it if you like what you saw. If you appreciate what you saw, if you love what you saw, definitely hit that like button and definitely hit that share button as well if you enjoyed what we talked about today. Also, make sure that you lock in. Go ahead and, yeah, she's gone, but she's going to come back. Lock in. There she is. See, it just automatically does. I don't got to do nothing. So lock in. Make sure you subscribe to All Things Ruthless, Tika Dishon, and Nikki on the Beat. All right. I believe I put their links in the description. If not, just go to the bottom of my channel and you'll see other great channels. Boom. They'll be right there. Make sure you lock in. Subscribe if you like the vibe. Watch a couple videos. Show some love. That's what we do over here, VACAYJTV and friends. It's been a pleasure. Any last words about the episode coming up? And you can tell me what's coming up for your channel. We'll start off with you, Nikki on the Beat.
I still want to get my moment with Tracy and Jamal. Don't get mad, Dad. I still want my moment with Tracy and Jamal. Hey, Jamal has that fire. Okay, he could get it. he's got that fire.
Jamal needs to stay out of trouble, keep his pants on, and stay out of jail. That's what and help raise his little sister. Okay.
You just don't want anybody else with Tracy.
No, I don't, because Tracy's mine.
I want
Ty, you know what's up, Ty. It's me and you, Ty. You know what I'm saying? Tracy. That's another Ty.
I want Tracy to have that cathartic release with Jamal. I think we all want that. But up next for me, I got some choreography sessions going on. I have 2 major events. I have a quinceañera coming up, so I'm working with my quince and her court on that, and also have some filming. So the last time you saw me, because I was sick last week, was not feeling well. But the last time that I was on, remember I said I had a little shoot to do. So for Michael Jackson's birthday, I did a reboot of his Off the Wall album. So you can go to the page. I am Nikki Rochelle. I am an NIKIROCHELLE. And I will put it on my Nikki on the Beat page on Instagram too, but it is on my on that page as well too. So I did a little nostalgic reboot photo shoot with that to pay homage to the Virgo King, which kicks off my birthday month. Okay, so my birthday is next week. So yeah, so that's what I have going on.
She sure did. Off the wall, boy. Fellas, stay away from my little sister, but definitely you can enjoy the picture. That's it. Okay. Now let's move on to Tika Deshawn. All things ruthless. What you got popping?
Fellas, make sure y'all head over to, what is it, Nikki Rochelle, and check out Nikki on the Beat. She killing it. I don't care what nobody says. She's absolutely killing it. Yep. As for me, I'm definitely not doing any photo shoots, but all things ruthless. I got Zatima coming up with the recap. I will probably do a couple of movie reviews in between. But that's about it. Subscribe, notification bell, and then you'll receive those reminders of any ruthless content. And y'all always gonna see me over here on VACAY if he invite me back. You know, I be acting up sometimes, but he might invite me back. So
no, you don't. You don't act up. You don't be acting. Nah. We got past that. Nah. But anyway, thank you, Candy Love, for that. Thank you for saying it's a great review. Appreciate you coming through. Appreciate everybody for coming through. Thank you, Candy Love. Thank you, Lovely P. Thank you, Lillian Cherry. Dan on the beat. Dan on the beat. Dan the man. Dan the man. Definitely Daria, appreciate you for coming through. Who else came through? A lot of the folks came through. Stay Tuned Reviews came through. Shout out to you. Definitely, yeah, it was a great episode, great review. I had fun. I always have fun with y'all ladies. So you already know it's all love. Listen, look out for the recap. Look out for the power book. What's next? All right, if you haven't seen that, go ahead, shoot over there. A lot of folks are checking that out. You know, I got some theories as to how they're going to get the product through into the prison, so definitely check that out. Absolutely, what's next for this? Check that out. Again, I think we up to 9,000, 10,000. I don't know where we are right now, but everybody's checking that out. So definitely check that out. Make sure you subscribe to all of our channels and follow me on all platforms, VACAY-JayTV. Also, we got the new line. We got the VACAY quotables. You know what I'm saying? We got that earn, not given apparel. So definitely check that out. We got the cups as well. Definitely check that out as well. And yeah, look out for all the good stuff coming. Yeah, we got a lot of new stuff coming through the pipeline. So look out for that, fam. All right, fam. Listen, if there's nothing else, I appreciate you all for coming through. And listen, until next time, you already know what to do. Salute. Appreciate y'all.